Hello and welcome back to Ekcel Academy's YouTube channel. Here we come to you with the 9th session on the Current Affairs Weekly Roundup. If you are a CSEET aspirant, this video is made especially for you. As you are aware that there is one part in the paper 4 which has questions on the current affairs which you have to answer in your CSEET exam. So following these videos would make you aware of the things that are happening in the world of business, commerce, economics and politics. So let's start with the first news bit. India INC tells PM it needs more action. So here India INC means, or India Inc. means the Indian corporate. Now we have understood that the government decided to move away from business way back in 1991. It's been almost 30 years now. And the onus of setting up the business is in the hands of the private players. But government still has the responsibility to come out with right kind of policies and to facilitate the growth of business. For that, right way of dealing with the business environment is very important. World Bank comes out with something called the Ease of Doing Business Index. India has undoubtedly done well in the last few years, and the business environment in the country is becoming conducive for the business operations. But it is not the end, it is just the beginning. There is a lot of work to be done. So in this direction, the current government seems to be thinking and working. The intent is very clear. So the Prime Minister of the country has told that they will be doing away with the 6,000 compliances. So these are rules and regulations and policies and other things that are to be followed. And Prime Minister is telling that they will do away with these things. So it makes easier for the businesses to set up the businesses and run it. So that's the whole idea behind this. And this should be a welcome move. And this should help a lot of people. Let's hope that the Indian businesses will continue to do well in the days to come and our economy will further grow and become bigger. Mamata releases the TMC list to contest from Nandigram. So this is another important news. We know that 5 states are going for elections. In that, Bengal is one of them, then Tamil Nadu is there, then we have Assam. All these states are going for elections. So there is a tough fight that is expected. Even Kerala is going for elections. And we know that there is a tough fight in few states. BJP is trying to make a mark and trying to form government. In places like Kerala and Tamil Nadu and Bengal, they don't have much presence, but they're definitely they're definitely expanding their presence in these states. So this has naturally increased the competition of the political parties in these states, especially Bengal, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, even in Puducherry as well. So what we get to understand here is the political parties have started releasing the list of candidates, and TMC has released their candidature list. And the sitting Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, is all set to contest elections from Nandigram. For those of you, just to give some input, Nandigram is a place where there was huge rallies which were arranged, demonstrations arranged and agitations arranged by Mamata Banerjee way back in 2004-05 during that period when Tatas were given land by the then left government in West Bengal to set up Tata Nano plant. And Nandigram made a big news in the whole of the country. And that is when Mamata Banerjee made a mark in the Bengal politics in a big way. And she projected herself and she was able to launch herself in a huge manner. And that made her one of the prominent figures in the political scene of India. So now she'll be contesting from the same Nandigram. And we just have to wait and see what exactly is going to happen in these 5 state elections. Just to add a little bit on the state elections that are being conducted now, E. Sridharan, who is also called the Metro Man of the country, he has also won the Padma Awards, one of the highest civilian awards that is awarded in India. He is going to be the chief ministerial candidate from the state of Kerala. So these 5 states are going to be in news in the days to come, and it is important for us to keep a close watch on the state elections. Right. ICCI Bank drops home loan rate to 6.7%. Now, not just ICICI, there was news which told that even SBI has reduced the rates, the interest rates on the home loans. So this should definitely encourage a lot of people to go for home loans and construct, renovate, purchase plots and all. So this is a good news. This should help people to realize their dream of having their own house and other things. OTT regulation lacks teeth, make new laws. This comes from Supreme Court to the central government. Now this was in news for a very long time, and we are trying to cover all this in our videos on a weekly basis. Now, it was told by both the law minister, who is Ravi Shankar Prasad, and Javadekar, who is the information and broadcasting minister. They had very clearly told that every social media network that operates in India, like Twitter or Instagram or WhatsApp, or OTTs like the Amazon or Netflix, should follow the law of the land. And all these, the social media companies as well as the OTTs, were all brought under the regulation of Information and Broadcasting Ministry, and INB also came out with policies. Now Supreme Court is not happy with the policies that are laid down by the government, and the Supreme Court has ordered the central government to revisit all these things and make sure that it is made strong enough. So that's the news that comes in with respect to OTT regulation. Xiaomi to bring smart TV under Redmi brand. So this is a well-known brand for mobiles in the country. We all know about Redmi. So in the same brand, we can expect TVs to be launched, that is smart TVs to be launched in the country. Right. PM says India on track to achieving climate goals. So this is another big issue the whole world discusses today. One of the biggest challenges the world leaders face today is to deal with the climatic changes. We all are told that in the years to come, the average surface temperature of the Earth, or the atmospheric temperature of the Earth, is going to increase, and as a result of which it is going to affect us in different ways. Not only the ice caps in the polar regions melting and it leading to the increase in the water levels in the sea. Not only that, we can also expect the genetic mutations and other serious things following the climatic changes. So this is definitely a serious issue. And India is one of the engines when it comes to convincing the world that we all should focus on protecting our environment, going green and other things. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has told that India is on track, and it is sure that it will achieve the goals that it has set itself with respect to climatic changes. Arcelor plans new steel unit in Orissa. So this is a big positive news that is coming in. We all know that ArcelorMittal is one of the biggest steel manufacturers in the whole of the world. ArcelorMittal has got their headquarters in Luxembourg, Europe, and now they are planning to set up another unit in Odisha. And this is a very good news. More and more companies coming and setting up their operations is always a welcome move, and this will definitely generate a lot of jobs. And the man in the picture is Lakshmi Mittal, and he is the one who is chairing the board of directors in ArcelorMittal. Wipro buys Capco in $1.45 billion deal, and it is told it is one of the biggest Wipro deals that has happened, and they have acquired this company, which is basically UK based. This is an important thing for us to remember, because such questions are generally asked in the CSEET current affairs examination. Wholesale onion prices crash 50%. So this is something which is really worrisome, because we all know that when the prices of the onions fall or when they increase, one or the other party, either the consumers or the farmers, are going to be hit very badly. And what we see here is the prices have crashed, and there are a lot of farmers who depend on the onion production. So this is something which is very saddening. See, agriculture is one business where the inputs are purchased at retail price and the output is sold at the wholesale price. This is the biggest challenge that is there in Indian agriculture, or for that matter agriculture around the world. And whenever there is a price crash, we can expect a huge losses the farmers have to undergo. Covaxin efficacy 81%, says Bharat Biotech. Now what is this efficacy? Efficacy is the success rate. So if you go by that, then 81% is a huge success rate. And Bharat Biotech is an Indian-based company, and they came out with Covaxin vaccination, and it is very nice to see that efficacy is on the higher side. And we also know both the Serum Institute of India as well as Bharat Biotech are exporting these vaccines to various countries across the world, and this is going to develop business, improve relationships, and of course India will be recognized as one of the front runners when it comes to fighting this pandemic, which has disturbed the equilibrium of everything across the world. Spectrum sale fetches center 77,815 crore rupees, and the biggest buyer is of course Jio. So Spectrum is the network that the government sells. So now government auctioned the spectrum, and the government has earned 77,815 crore rupees, which is huge, and it is good. We can expect better connectivity, better network, and they should help government, companies as well as the users. GST mop up 1.13 lakh crores in February. So this is one of the important indicators for us to understand how exactly the business environment in the country is doing. Now, if the GST collection, see, GST is the indirect tax that we have, and the GST is paid by the businesses that operate in the country. If the businesses have paid in aggregate 1.13 lakh crore rupees, it simply goes to show that businesses are having good revenue generation. That is why they are able to pay this much of tax. Now, if they are generating good amount of revenue, it means that their sales are good. If sales are good, production increases. If production increases, naturally employment opportunities increases. So GST rate, GST collection is one of the important indices for us to understand, assess and analyze how the economy is doing. And this clearly shows that the Indian economy is doing really well. And this shows that we are on the right track. So we should sit back and relax and tell that anyway, Indian economy has bounced back. In the previous video, we had told that India is out of recession. It has been told by the RBI figures. Now, to support that news, we have the GST collection numbers, which have come for the month of Feb. Sarkozy convicted of corruption, sentenced to jail. Now, Sarkozy was the president of France between 2002 and 2007 and 2012. Then there was Hollande, and then came Emmanuel Macron. So here, the former president of France has been sent to jail for a period of 1 year under the corruption charges. So this was the news that was there in the newspapers in the last 1 week. I hope all of you got some inputs, which is very vital for your examination. If you have liked the video, please do hit the like button. If you're yet to subscribe to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel. If you have other friends who are preparing themselves for CSEET exam, you can share this link with them and it should help even them. Thank you so much for following this video. Hope to see you next week with more updates. Thank you.